a conversation with this man who I said, if you've ever seen a play at the National Theatre, then you don't know who the playwright is, you probably have seen a play by this man. Latif Abubakar is the CEO of Globe Productions. He's a playwright and a fine gentleman. He joins me this morning for our conversation. Good morning, boss.
Good morning, bro.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
So I followed your Instagram and I love the branding. I noticed that this is the branding and I said, no, I like this man and the way he looks.
Thank you very much.
I'm also reliably informed you're an Arsenal fan.
Oh, yeah. I'm a Ghana.
I see.
Ghana,
you guys are leading the table.
Oh, yes. And hopefully we'll win the league this time.
Are you sure about it?
Hopefully we'll win the league this time.
Yeah, City is trailing you.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, I think that we have some kind of momentum. And that is propelling us. And hopefully.
What do you think of Thomas Partey, though? Thomas Partey.
Whoa, without Thomas Partey, we are doomed. Without Thomas Partey, Arsenal is doomed. So for me, I'm part of the people who still wish that, unfortunately for my Arsenal interest, that he plays safe when he's with the Black Stars. And
he's this team.
Because we have just this season, at least, to win. Imagine Arsenal without Thomas Partey. I mean, Charlie.
I like that you have said that. I mean, a few people have said the same thing, but it's interesting that you have also said it. Interesting. But let's talk about you now, shall we? And let's talk about theatre. My God. When did you first come into contact with theatre?
2009.
2009.
So maybe we started a process 2008, but the first production was in 2009. It was titled Romantic Nonsense. And, you know, Romantic Nonsense was a hit. It was actually one of the, I think, the largest production with regards to the rebounds of theatre in our society in 2009. Way dead for a while, for a period. And then in 2009, we came out with this title on Valentine's Day, and then it was a hit, man. So that's how it began. But it's been a stressful moment from 2009 until date.
I remember so well, especially that title. And I have to confess, I haven't seen, this is bad, but I haven't seen any Latif Abubakar play. I haven't seen a Roverman play. I haven't actually seen even, what's Colonel Charles, their company, what's the name? Nyansapo. I haven't seen any of their plays.
Why?
Interestingly, and we're supposed to have started from the theatre back in school. So, confession time, I'm going to change and I'm going to do better this year. Let's talk, I'm talking about when did you first fall in love with theatre before you even decided to go into it?
You know, so whilst I was in Legon, I used to go to the drama studio to watch plays. And even after school, I go there to watch plays. And I felt that I would love to be part of this community of people educating the society through arts and culture. And I think that is where I began nurturing that interest, that love for
so you weren't a performing arts student?
No. I'm actually. It's not fair. I'm a science student.
It's not fair because I see people who didn't even go to the performing arts, venturing into it and doing so well in it.
Yeah, I know. I think that it's more about the entrepreneurship aspect
of it
when it comes to theatre production in Ghana. Because if you don't have that spirit, you can't progress with this particular industry. So some of us have it, and we are ready to go through to jump the hurdles and so on and so forth to make things happen. But it was a very, very tough, difficult road that we went through from 2009 to date. So
on campus, I'm still taking you back. We'll come to 2009, but on campus, you were reading medicine?
Yeah. So I'm a disappointed medical student. So I actually went through the process. I mean, read biomathematical science because I did both biology and maths. And went through the interview process in Legon. Unfortunately, we didn't qualify via the interview, even though we made a great point. So those times you have been selected based on interview, not actually a great point. So we decided to pursue any other course that will help us graduate. And then I did animal biology to finish Legon. But interest of being a consultant. That is actually what I wanted to do. So straight after school at the company, I did my nationals, and in that company, S Globe Productions.
You had a vision, and we'll come to that. I'm trying to see, for those who are watching as our viewers, we want them to be motivated by this story, as how you are going to study science. So it means that you had a certain picture in your mind of what you wanted to do. What did you want to do with the science you were going to study?
So I actually wanted to be a computer scientist.
Okay.
But my dad wanted me to be a medical doctor. So I had to deviate. So I started actually with mathematical science, waiting to move into computer science. But halfway level 200, I had to change because there was so much pressure from home. And look, you need to do medicine. So I had to change to biological. But because the system was such a way that I couldn't just switch from mathematical to biological. Either I combine the two and then move to go do medicine, or I do mathematical. And so I had to combine the two, both biological and mathematical, just to be able to satisfy my dad's interest one way or the other.
So we can call this a lose-lose situation because your dad didn't get what he wanted. You also didn't get what you wanted.
But at least I always say that at the end of the day, I ended up in the theater. If I had read medicine, I would be in the theater.
Come on, just a different kind of theater.
Yes, just a different kind of theater.
Very interesting. So
and in all, we save lives.
Yeah.
That's what people don't know.
It's good that you've said this.
In all, we save lives.
It's good that you said this. You're going to make me jump. Looking at the time, I'm going to jump because you said this. But the lesson, the moral I'm picking from what you just said is the fact that sometimes you can start with a certain vision. You can want to do something, but life will come in the way, and you just look within yourself, isn't it?
Yeah.
You loved theater anyways.
Yeah.
You went to the drama studio, you saw stuff and like, maybe I can do this thing. And then, yeah, you are doing so well with theater. You're one of the foremost names when it comes to stage plays, urban stage plays now in the country. And congratulations on that. Do you remember the drama studio?
Yeah. I think that by Dr. One playwright. I've forgotten the name.
Was it one of the lecturers?
One of the lecturers.
One of the lecturers.
Very popular guy. But
Which was your favorite? Which was your favorite so far? Yeah.
But I watched Lion King. I think that's the first one.
Drama studio.
So, drama studio.
Yeah.
I watched Lion King when I was on level 200, and I loved it. And then I kept going on and on to witness most of their plays and more of it. For me, I don't like the British type, the foreign type of plays. I prefer the local ones. So I do more of the Ghanaian writers and so on and so forth. And I loved it. I think that it's at a point, it made me feel like I could do it. But I was in school, I was reading science, but I was like, this thing, I love it. I think it's fun. So theater productions was actually one of my main hobbies when I was on campus. So all I do was to watch as a science student.
So you just go and see it. You go to the studio and then go and see it.
Of course. That's what I always do.
Very interesting. Mine was Beauty and the Beast, by the way.
That was also great. That was also
the Angel, too. Very interesting.
The only foreign production that I love, that I would wish to even produce on stage at the National Theatre, is Dr. Fastos. Brilliant production.
Yeah.
So, and the day I watched, I think it was performed by DeLong. He was Dr. Fastos then. And it was something.
Was it at the amphitheater?
No. I watched at the. And then I think they did it at the amphitheater too as well. Yeah.
Okay, Latif. So now there's a love for theater, and then you were a playwright. So I'm thinking when you go and watch these plays, usually it's wanting to be a director or direct on stage and all that. How did it become writing of plays if it had not started earlier for you?
So when we set up the company Global Productions, we actually wanted to do events, and then we also included theater as part of what we want to do. Theater because then theater was not very popular, and we thought that we could also champion something that was popular then in the olden days, but now not popular. So we brought people on board. We brought writers, we brought directors, we pushed people to help us build this particular brand. So the play Romantic Nonsense was not written by me. It was actually by another writer. And then, so after we had what we call an agreement that you are going to be our writer, and then you will produce plays for us. You will write plays for us to produce and direct. We agreed. And this guy was so excited to the extent that he said he's not going to take any money. He wants to be part of the family. He just wants his name out there. And we said, okay, that's fine. So we did Romantic Nonsense. It was great. Full house. We had to do a rerun. Great. Full house. And then we all saw that, no, Charlie, the path we are going is actually the right path. So we're very excited, and we decided to do the next play. Unfortunately for us, we went into a wrong media partnership for the second time. And then the second production that we did was a massive failure. Maybe the choice of title, You May Kiss the Cops. So that was the title for the second production.
There goes your success.
It was a massive. We had just about 50 people in the National Theatre watching this production, and that was the beginning. That was the beginning of our woes. So then we said that okay, we had a learn lessons. So we wanted to stage another play. But the objective of staging another play simply means that we need to go back to the writer to produce another script. Then this writer comes and says, guys, you know what? I think that I have scanned through the world, and writers are being paid about $10,000. So if you want us to go do this again, then you need to pay me this amount. And we were like, oh no, but that is not what we agreed on. 10,000. Why are we going to get 10,000 when you know obviously things are not going well? With the first production, yes, you didn't charge us, but we made payment. And then we added up even because we made good money.
So he was paid?
Yes, he was paid. He was paid. He was paid. We gave him an amount of money that he said that he would love, even though he's not charging. But if we give him this amount after, we doubled it because we had good money. So, I mean, for you to come back and say, look, you want us to pay you upfront for you to give us a script. We were like, no way. So we thought it was a joke then because it's not possible.
Yeah.
We went on, and this guy was like, no, this is his stance. And then we requested that, look, then be a partner of it and be a shareholder.
Yeah.
He said, no, we wanted
still
his
didn't
money.
Understand that. Wow.
So we decided to negotiate. And then he came down to about 7,000. But looking at
2009?
Yeah, 2009. So that's 2010.
2010.
After the
that was
2009.
some good money at the time. 7,000 is
it's
some good money.
huge. It was huge. It was huge then. So we were like, you know what? We won't be able to afford 7,000. Looking at our current situation after what happened with You May Kiss the Cops. So it's either we do it or we don't. And then he didn't agree. So that is actually the point where I felt like, look, guy, if it's about writing,
let's do this.
I have a good sense of humor.
Let's do this.
Let me just go online and begin to learn how to write.
I'm taking a lot of things from you, different kind of lessons.
So that's actually how we came up with our play, my first production, my first play.
Again, failure has a way of motivating you.
Exactly.
To do what you don't think that you can even do.
Exactly. So sometimes when people say within the path of success there must be failure, I believe so much in
it's supposed to grow you, isn't it?
It's supposed to grow you. It's supposed to make you strong. It's actually supposed to help you learn and research to become better. So that's what actually happened to me. And I always say that it's a blessing in disguise that he failed. We felt disappointed at that time, but again,
it changes you.
It changed me.
I mean, if you are stuck to him, you wouldn't have known that you could even be this playwright.
Exactly. So
very, very interesting. How many plays have you written so far?
18. 18. Written, directed, and produced 18 plays. And that's so from 2011 to date. So what was happening is that from 2017, we also decided to do triannual plays. So we churn out 3 plays,
3 plays in a year.
In May, September, and December. 3 plays in a year. So I think that is what has doubled the numbers and made it quick.
Of course, then it would be an understatement to say that it's a success. It's a major success for you.
Yeah. Now it's a major success, but then it was a hustle. So it was a hustle because from 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15 to 16, gosh, it hasn't been easy. It was nothing works. So nothing works. So what I do, I'm a project management consultant. So mostly what I do is that I do my trainings and my consulting, get in some money, and I push it into the theater. Give you some training. No matter how much kind of advertising you do and you put together and so on and so forth, you just don't get the numbers there. You just don't get the people. Maybe we're not doing enough, though, because we didn't have the resources to pay. So we try as much as possible to do some kind of partnership, and I'm so grateful to CTFM because they were supporting us for free and pushing us. I mean, anything entrepreneurship, I think that they were supporting. So pushing us here and there, pushing us here and there. I mean, that's what they were doing. And we weren't able to gather the numbers required to even break even. So we were always running at a loss from 2011 to 2016. So the point that sometimes, what do you have to do? We ran at a loss to the extent that we need to sell certain things to run the business and to pay debts. And I had to sell my car to run business and to run my business and to pay my debts. My dad was not for it at all. And that was actually one of my biggest challenge. Yes, I'm from a good home, but my dad was totally against me doing theater. He says I could read medicine if I want, or I should move into a formal working sector. And so he was just not for it. He had a job for me at one of these top banks, but I decided not to. I said, no, I really want to pursue this. I have a vision, and I think that we could achieve it. So we're not cool at all for a number of years.
How did he feel about Thank God for Idiots? Because it was one of the most seen plays during the lockdown. Where did that idea come from? And what was
my dad was proud of me. He was proud of me then because Thank God for Idiot was actually our corporate social responsibility.
Got that.
During COVID. We decided to also find a way of educating people whilst entertaining them, because, you know, it was a lockdown during that period. On the 20th, we staged it on the 30th of April. So that's the country was shut down, especially Accra, Tema, and some areas were shut down. Nobody was going anywhere. We were all at home. So we decided to also reinforce the message of COVID-19 through theater whilst entertaining and engaging people who were bored and scared at home. And so we came up with Thank God for Idiots. And like I said, in partnership with the Ministry of Information and Ministry of Health, because we had to go for the right information for the Ministry of Health and then the support of the Ministry of Information to make this more accessible to everybody at all. So it was live online on the Ministry of Information platform. It was live online on my platform. And then it was live on GTV. On social media, we had about 3.5 million views across the world because it was the first ever play on COVID-19 in the world. Everybody was shut down. It was about COVID. And then you know how scary it was at the beginning of COVID. So as much as we wanted to embark on a corporate social responsibility, in fact, we made our most of our revenue in theater was made during COVID. The highest we have made ever within our theater space was made during COVID.
And it was virtual?
Yes, and it was virtual. After the COVID-19, after the Thank God for Idiots, we had so many corporate organizations coming to us to say, look, we think this is beneficial, it's helpful to our society, and we want you to do more of this. And we have some good sponsors paying for us to do other virtual production. So that was exciting. So I always say that for us, COVID was a blessing to us.
Send some of the money my way. And take a deep breather. We are going to check out Thank God for Idiots.
Okay.
There comes a time when we hear a certain cough, when the world can't come together as one. There are people dying. It's time to wash our hands to prevent the world's disease right now. We can go on loving, pretending day by day that someone, somewhere will soon find a cure. We are all part of one great big Valentine, and together we will survive. We are the cure. We are the treatment. We are the cure. So let's stay home and do not spread it.
There's a choice we're making in saving our lives. So please isolate yourself for you and me.
Yeah. We gotta sanitize. We gotta wash our hands. We gotta wear our masks. We gotta social distance. We gotta cover. We gotta cover. We gotta cover.
Yeah, the banana order. Saji, Namanyo, Avamo, Faji. Just do the right thing and stay home. This is some message to you all.
This advert is better than about the Ghana Health Service. If you don't have anything you want to do outside, please stay home.
Love me.
And this conversation has been vetted and approved by MX24 TV. Latif Abubakar, rather I should say. Yeah. Very interesting. How come I missed this one? I didn't see this one.
I know.
It's big. Ah, man. Okay. Look, theater and the culture of peace. I like to ask people this question. You've told a story about how you found yourself into theater, but I'd like to know, maybe in some few words, what theater means to you.
I think that for now, I like the famous statement, the world is a stage. That is what I actually believe in. So everything I do now seems like I'm performing in a performing stage, one way or the other. It means everything to me, because anytime I'm moving around, I'm actually picking up seeing people as actors and actresses, and I'm writing down notes of people's actions. And this is what I transform into a script one way or the other. And that's how I write my script. So theater is everything to me, because I feel that it's a very, very, very powerful communication tool, and it would help solve a lot of societal problems that we believe in. And it has actually, because we've done a couple of plays that people have given us feedback on our social media pages to tell us how impactful it has been to their society. It's brought marriages together. I mean, it's actually also brought people together who are currently married on our stage. I mean, yeah.
We've had some of the actors getting married.
Yeah. Not actors, our patrons.
People came to see it.
Yeah, so people came to see it, I mean, getting married. And it's done so many good to us, and so many good to a lot of people. The joy of waking up every morning and then reading messages in my inbox that I love this play, and it did me so much good. God bless you, Latif, for churning our place. That joy, that kind of messages you receive almost every day, every other day in my inbox, for me, it's one of the motivations. The smile on the faces of people whilst watching the play. You know what? Sometimes I sleep and I'll be seeing smiles on my face.
Fulfillment.
There's fulfillment. I'll be seeing a lot of smiles on my face. People excited, people happy in the auditorium, Charlie.
Because of your creative work.
Yes, exactly. There's nothing else that motivates me better than theater.
Lastly, I mean, Latif, you would attest to this, even when you were on campus, I think theater and performing art was not something that was regarded, was revered.
Yeah.
You know, look at you today and what you're doing. I've seen you with a few diplomats. I've seen you with even the second lady of the country. I've seen you engage other people in this area. What is the future looking like for us?
I think that the future is looking great. One of our major objectives is begin to export Ghanaian theater to earn some foreign exchange. And that is our agenda at Globe Production. So we went into a partnership with the Spanish Embassy, which was led by the Spanish Ambassador Javier Gutierrez, my respects to him always, to partner with an international playwright, with a renowned Spanish playwright, to come up with 5 Hours with Mario. That was a massive production led by Nana Shoko as the only cast. That was a one cast. Yeah, one cast play. So it was a partnership between us. This is the process to begin, the beginning process of taking Ghanaian theater to the international world. And watch the space for us. That is actually what the focus is now. It's not just about making noise in Ghana, entertaining people in Ghana, but how best we could contribute to the country by earning foreign exchange. Is one thing we want to use theater to do.
You see a time coming where a performing artist, an actor, a director, a playwright like you yourself can be among the top richest people.
I see it coming. Yeah. In Ghana, oh yes, I see it coming. That is feasible. That is very feasible. And I'm sure, God willing, we would be here one day talking about this.
Amen to that. What do they say? From your lips to God's ears.
Yes.
Latif Abubakar, CEO of Glow Productions. Thank you so much. What's up next? What's your next project?
It's in May, 27th and 28th of May. The title is not yet out, but I'm sure very soon. We're trying to figure out.
Come over. When it's ready, come. Let's have a conversation.
We'll do that, definitely. Thank you so much, my brother.
It's been awesome having you. Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you so much,
appreciate you. Well, that's it. Hope you've been motivated. I have been motivated. Go out and see theater production when it comes out in May. Do see one. Call a friend and go and see one. Okay? All right, but that's it for Motivation Monday. Up next, we have a Lifestyle Daily. And like we said, we're reviewing the newspapers. Stay with us.